Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Denver. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Lutz for the extra point. The kick is good. Broncos back within 10. It's now 24-14.
Broncos 14.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to him with another drive here. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll start the drive with Krosky Merritt. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Nick Bonito there for the tackle.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Whoa! And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Nix. The catch made there by Sutton. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Work in the middle, that's Harvey. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
First down. A 28-yard
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
brings up 2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line.
Second and 7. To throw is Nix. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll run for it. It's Harvey. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
The Commanders' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. A run to begin the drive, and it's Krosky Merritt. He's to the 25, and he'll be taken down. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
That's good for a Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. The motion man here is McLaurin. On 1st down, it is back to Krosky Merritt. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. That's Zach Allen there on the tackle.
29-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll step up and run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
3rd and inches. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
This is a play call I don't quite understand, Mike. Backed up on your side of the field, just convert on third down. Get a fresh set of downs, and then open up more opportunities to put the ball in the air. Now you bring up a fourth down decision deep in your own territory.
The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Nix to throw. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. This one not quite on target. Too much. That one falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's complete.
This one intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
The Commanders' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They're going to work this down inside the 45. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
At the 43-yard line.
He'll look to throw. A screen set up for Krosky Merritt. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
And all right, here's Krosky Merritt. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Slot man in motion left. He'll drop to throw. Has caught. That's Lane. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback.
And he's in! John Bates. Touchdown, Washington.
And that's a bit of a gamble, but I really like the aggressive play call. Understanding here before the half, we don't want 3. We're trying to come away with 6, and before goes the field goal try, they take a shot in the end zone, and they come away with a touchdown.
Moody now for the extra point. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Wide on the RPO, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Hand off now for Harvey. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And just like that, you go from 2nd and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in 3rd and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
That's good.
That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
The 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. There's a short one taken by Ingram. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. On the give, this is Harvey. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chain.
It's a gain of 2.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
A run once more, that's Harvey. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. 1st down. 1st and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
No chance at all. He'll go down.
The entire idea of the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot. Buy some extra time for your offensive line and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode and ended up leading to a massive loss.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. They'll throw. It's Nix. He connects with Mims. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Taking, and he'll take this one in. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Broncos. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Broncos are able to cut the deficit to 10. After that play, we have one of the commanders who is down. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. So now, after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. The motion man here is McLaurin. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
A gain of
17 yards that time for number 17.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. There's a run left side, and Krosky Merritt. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Washington.
That's another Washington first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Right side, catch made by McLaurin. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second and 5. On the zone read, Krosky Merritt. He'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
A gain of 10 yards.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll step up and run this. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
That's good for a Washington first down. First and goal.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
This one, give it up, and here's Debo to the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
Now here's second and goal. Run over to center. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up third and goal.
Third and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He sets a kickoff. This returnable from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw is Nix. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. A gain there of 27 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner out. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Harvey. He'll get this ahead for about 3. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. Now Nick's going to look to throw. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Commanders offense headed back out along with the guy who goes by Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. The motion man here is McClure. A run out of the gun, Krosky-Merritt, and they're going to work this down inside the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
And a Washington first down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Complete, and he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up second and 11.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Now they'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he's got McClure. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
A gain of 9.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. Good for a Commanders first down.
And a Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
At the 24-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That one knocked away. In the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Commanders will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. On the return, here's Mims. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. throwing. Nix. That's swung out to Harvey. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. You see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off, and now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on one or two of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
This fielded inside the 35. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's into the hands of Lane. He's got it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there. As time has expired, the third quarter has come to an end. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Probably see a lot of this as they begin the fourth quarter on the ground. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field?
The Commanders set to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Nick's going to keep it on the zone read. And he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. That's caught by Harvey. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Here's Nix to throw. He will air this out. Looking for Sutton. That is brought in. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 53 yards.
53 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
He takes off.
Nix on the keeper. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. To throw is Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal.
On the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Second down. Nix. And he will score. Game on. Bo Nix. Touchdown Broncos. Greg, very big touchdown there, makes it a 10-point game, and now a chance to tighten this down to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
So now a big play here for the Broncos. They're going to line up and go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Throwing is Nix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Samuel, going to see what he can do. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To begin the drive, and it's Krusty Merritt. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
He's brought down at the 31. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be forced out of bounds. That one good for 29.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. The motion man here is McClure. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest gain.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's McClure. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
That's swung out to Krusty Merritt. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And he's into the end zone. Ja'Cory Krusty Merritt, touchdown Commanders. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On is Moody to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Commanders 44, Broncos 27.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. Yeah! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. On first down, here's Nix to throw. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ended up being a wasted down.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 35 yards.
It's a gain of 35. And the Broncos first down.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback, and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 6. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
By Bobby Wagner. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the Commanders' 24-yard line.
They face second down and 7. They'll go play action with Nix. He's got it at about the 8. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in?
The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Now from the 9, it'll be second and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get about 5 yards closer, but now it is third and goal.
Where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
To the goal line and in. Cortland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Once for the extra point. The kick is good. Broncos are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Commanders 44, Broncos 34.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Samuel going to see what he can do. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible. Up a couple of scores as they start this drive. 1st and 10. Start the drive with Krosky Merritt. And he'll have a Commanders 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. D.J. Jones, he gets into drop-in. It's a loss of 8.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The slot man in motion right. He'll look to throw. As caught, that's Wade. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A ball deep for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work. Just get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes. Generally, one step ahead of the defense all game long. Nix, now to throw it here on first down. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
This is quarterback play at its finest, is understanding and identifying the blitz before the ball is snapped. That's what allows him to get the ball out of his hand so quickly, throws it to his hot receiver in the flat, and he does the rest.
And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A gain of
17 yards on that connection. Good for a Denver first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Denver.
They'll throw. It's Nix. That's caught once again by Ingram. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. That's taken in by Franklin.
Complete to Troy Franklin. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Commanders' 25-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A first down throw for Nix. He finds his tight end, Ingram. And the Broncos are looking at a 1st and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back to throw is Nix. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Touchdown.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter.
41.
A one-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Commanders' offense headed back to take over once more. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. So it's a win here for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one.
And then we got Monday Night Football tomorrow,
and that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.
Everybody watching. Love y'all. Peace out.